No spider web.
I felt that earlier up here by the jail door. I didn't figure anything. What the f?
The year was 1859. Oregon is admitted as the 33rd U.S. state. U.S. Congressman Daniel Sickles shoots Philip Barton Key for having an affair with his wife, and the tensions between the North and South began to boil over. The Jackson County Jail in Marshall's House in Independence, Missouri, was constructed in 1859. It served in this capacity until 1933, when it was decommissioned and replaced with another structure. More recently, it has been restored and opened to the public as a museum. The jail was designed and built by A.B. Cross, a notable architect in Kansas City. It served as a home for the county marshal, with 12 limestone jails located at the rear of the building. We met up with Dusk to Dawn Paranormal, a team of investigators who volunteer at the jail.
We're giving you full access, which we normally don't do on our investigations.
Awesome.
We just spent a couple hours this morning cleaning out 3 cells upstairs. We've never used them before for investigating. You're going to be the first.
So we're really curious to see if it stirs up.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
tonight.
I thought you were getting ready to tell me somebody made a mess up there or something.
No.
No, you're the first because we just did it today. My name is Jimmy McVeigh. I'm the founder of Dusk to Dawn Paranormal. We partnered with the Jackson County Historical Society, and we conduct all the paranormal activities at the 1859 jail Marshall's House.
We were given a tour of the home and jail and told of the history and hauntings. One in particular was a story of a former jailer who was killed during a failed jailbreak attempt.
Now we know when Henry Bugler died, was murdered, his wife Mary took over the jailer duties. The marshal didn't live here, was always the jailer. The marshal is usually a political, wealthy person that had the post. But the jailer that worked in the jail would live in the house with his family. Well, when he was murdered, which would actually happened during an attempted jailbreak, people were trying to break somebody out of jail. There was a shootout. It was a failed break attempt. They ran off. They didn't know they shot him, which he died from the injuries. But yes, she took over all operations, the first woman to run a jail in the U.S. It's housed many of prisoners, some of them infamous, such as William Quantrell, some of the other Quantrell Raiders, Frank James. I think one of the Youngers was here at one time for a short period. I ran across some information that he may have been one of the Youngers. I think it was Cole Younger. But when Frank James was here, he was only here for a short time. He basically was sent here. He made an agreement with the governor of Missouri to turn himself in. Well, people didn't want him alive or after him, so they said, go to Jackson County, turn yourself in. They'll take care of you, then we'll have you transferred to Cole County in Jefferson City. So that he was here, I don't know, maybe a month or so. But while he was here, his cell door was never locked. He came and go as he pleased. He'd walk around the city. People would bring him food. He'd go visit who he wanted, and he wanted for nothing. He was set up with a cot rather than sleeping on the floor, his own chamber pot. He had a nice little life here. It's been a political hotbed used for political purposes. It's been used during the Civil War in enforcing General Order Number 11. General Order Number 11 is basically during the Civil War, everybody was ordered out of Jackson County and Clay County. And if you failed, it was by the military because it was a battleground. And if you failed to comply with the general order, you were placed in jail. But all the cells, both floors, were packed full, 20 people, men, women, and children. Doesn't matter, they just put them in. One of the supposed inmates that was here, his name we found out was Tom. His fiancee was pregnant. Her name was Greta. He murdered her. Hence, that's why he was here. Seeking, we put him here for death row because he was in one of the death row cells. Well, General Order Number 11, they just stuck people in every cell. Well, one winter they had a 15-year-old boy in the cell with him, and Tom murdered this 15-year-old boy for his blanket. Not a lot up here, just the activity. We have heard, especially when you stand in the doorway where you're at, voices. I was with a group one night. I'm standing there and another gentleman standing right there, and all of a sudden we both heard a woman's voice. And it was like right between us. And he was actually standing closer than you're apart now. And someone else was down there heard it. Cold chills going through the room. I heard footsteps going down the hallway. Oh, there was one other thing. That reminded me. The cradle.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, it started rocking on its own. Had a bunch of people in here, started rocking. So we did the walking around on boards and everything, tried to debunk it, couldn't get it to debunk. But I've only seen that one time.
Underneath the bed, most of the time that I've seen where we've had activity underneath the bed is usually when there's a female presence under. Not ghost, but an actual female investigator. I've been under there. I don't know who else has been underneath there.
It's
but
Kristen who.
It's mainly Kristen.
Yeah, Kristen's the one who gets the best under the bed.
She gets lots of K2 hits under the bed. Feeling of calm and peace, like maybe a child's playing, hiding under the bed. Barry, you might want to stop at the stairs when we go down because I have a quick story.
Oh, all right.
All right. My first time investigating here, I was sitting right there on the stair. And there was somebody sitting in this chair, which we can't sit in the chairs anymore. And I caught something, and again, it's on our Facebook page, you can find it. Something trying to manifest. And you could tell by it, it was behind the bars and in front. Something was trying to manifest right here. The city and the county law enforcement did not get along together. One was Confederate, one was Union. Well, a city officer, constable, did something on county property, so the county deputy arrested him and put him in the cell. The Confederates took over the area and came in here and started setting people free. Well, they seen this city person in jail and knew that he was a Union supporter, so they stabbed him to death. And behind me, there used to be a set of spiral stairs. He died on the stairs trying to go upstairs to seek help. In 1907, the back part of the jail was added on by the city. They added 2 stories with 14 cells on each side to house more prisoners, because of course in 1907 crime was going up. It was used throughout the years. Rotary Club used the upstairs cell area after it was converted back in the late 40s and early 50s. President Harry Truman frequented the Rotary Club in his building many times. He was involved with the restoration and fundraising for the Historical Society as well.
In 1959, President Truman stepped in and stopped the jail from being torn down.
He lived here. He spent all his, in Independence, the logo is a picture of Harry Truman walking with this stick, his cane. And he just walked around town. He was a judge here. He was an attorney. He was a judge here in the Truman Courthouse, which is just a block away. And this was his city. He was born and raised here, and he loved it. And he did everything he can to promote it and keep it, successful. When President Truman was sworn into office, all his friends here in Independence got together and had this built for him. Well, he was in Washington during the war. It took him several months to get back to Independence after being sworn in. And they did. His friends presented it to him. And it even opens up. Oh, coming home and that stuff in there. There's probably his cell phone there, I'm not sure. But after his presidency, he went to move it into his house over here on Delaware. He truck showed up to deliver it, and Beth says, "Hell no." So it bounced around from place to place, from mayor to mayor, from politician to politician, and someone was getting ready to throw it away, and the Jackson County Historical Society said, "Oh, no. Right here, take care of it." So it's been sitting here for probably from the 50s. That's where it stays. The story of the 60s, some lady was walking by in the 1960s and happened to look in here through the window and seen a man in a long trench coat sitting there smoking a cigar. So she went to the volunteer at the desk and says, "Who's that man sitting there at the desk?" She says, volunteer says, "There's no one here, just me." "No, I just seen a man sitting there at the desk with the long coat." And they come through and looked everywhere, no one in the building.
We were doing an investigation, and it felt like something had touched me on my back. And I had a K2 in my hand, and we were getting some pretty good K2 play in here. So I turned around, and as soon as I put it in the chair, it just flashed up to red. So that just kind of felt like it was pushing me out of the way or something to get out of the way, because I was right in front of the chair. So
During the tour of the first floor cell block, our cameras kept picking up the sounds of an exhale. Here are a couple that were captured in this cell, which is now an exhibit for artifacts from the jail.
My light helping you?
Oh, that's really bright. Yeah, I need to get a light for this.
Is it helping you out there too?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I forgot to turn it on earlier.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I gotta get an exterior light for this thing.
That's what I was wanting to do for this, but no telling this, man.
we had a group in here, and when you pack 12 people in here, there's not a lot of room. So I was standing right here, and we had another investigator standing right here, and we were asking questions, getting activity, and I was just standing here. All of a sudden, I felt like a push, and it was good enough to where I actually was caught by the cell, like by the cage. I was just like, okay, that was weird. That was the first time I've ever been pushed, like anywhere. So then I told the investigator next to me, and she was just like, wow, I can't, oh my gosh. And it was definitely really cool.
Last summer, we was up here, and we had a group, and this girl bought tickets for her and her boyfriend, because he's all into it. She's just like, okay, well, I'll come along. Well, we're up here, and she's standing, actually where Becca's standing now. And all of a sudden, she just started getting all dizzy and lightheaded and all that, so I was talking to her, and she kept feeling it, so we finally took her outside and got her some air. And later on, we'll show you the cell downstairs she was in, where it affected her again so bad she actually collapsed, and we had to take her out.
This is a really awesome place. There's so many cool things in here, and I'm excited to investigate and see what I'll catch.
We've got the DVR systems all set up, all our cameras are in position. This is the lower floor cell. These are two cells where some of the jail subjects come out, and we're trying to catch that. We have one camera that is covering this area to keep track of us in case somebody decides to pay us a visit. We have a bedroom upstairs that we have it covered. We have the hallway that is upstairs covered, and we have the hallway that is downstairs, and we also have the front room where the desk is located, where supposedly you can smell cigar smoke, and also there's a shadowy figure that they've seen in there.
So we're all set up and ready to investigate. A lot of the claims are really great claims. Anything from apparitions, voices, footsteps, and hopefully we're able to capture some of this tonight. I've never been here before, and this is a team first, so hopefully it goes really well. This is going to put off a little bit of EMF. But you have to get right up on it. There we go.
It's probably the power supply.
It's about 2 feet from it, 18 inches.
Okay.
Now here in the archive, she said we can use anything we want as a trigger object. So later on tonight, might get in some of these lockers, find some of the hats or something. We'll see what we can use. But oh yeah, she was showing me the jewelry that's over there. They just found this old jewelry. They've got. Remind me when we leave. They've got the handcuffs and everything right over here that we can use.
Anyway, this is the archive room. I'm John.
David.
Are there any spirits in this room that would like to speak with us? If so, we have a device with a little red light on it. It is known as a digital recorder. If you come up close to it, just talk whatever you say, whatever you want to say.
I just want you to know we're not here to scare you or harm you. We just want to talk and see why you're still here. Can you tell us your name? There's some low mumble, but I don't know if that's outside. Are you a man or a woman?
Were you here when one of the James brothers was here? And they treated him like being a king or something? Car outside. Can you move one of those boxes that have the wedding dresses?
Everywhere we go, there's a train.
Yep.
Every haunted place
There's a train.
is a train. So, good sign.
Can you tell us your name if you're with us?
Crawl under there.
I can do it.
I can do it myself. Take that under there. 'Cause apparently, I think they said in this room that there's an EMF spike.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That was a good EMF.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
You guys touching it together is making it go off?
Look at this.
Hold on, let me get closer.
No, it's not doing it. Look over there, John. Okay. That's weird. If I let go of it. Okay. No, you let go of it.
You guys got a bromance going on apparently.
No, it's not doing it. No, it is. Oop. It's not working this way. Grab it again. Grab around the top there.
You know what it is? Oh, I didn't think about that.
Okay, who's getting under the
Doing it
bed?
now.
What?
I'm pushing it, ain't doing it.
Let's see that. This is weird. Okay, here, John. Nothing. Nothing. I have to like bump it. That's weird.
That is weird. Do you want to crawl underneath the bed? Yeah.
Bye guys. Should I take this with me or leave it up here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Take it.
Yeah. Because I'm going to sit over here and put this underneath with you.
If you guys hear me snoring, just let me be.
Did you live here?
What did
Hmm?
Did you just hear my name?
No.
I heard something.
I heard my name.
While under the bed, Dawn heard someone say her name. After reviewing the audio, we were able to confirm it.
What did
Hmm?
Did you just hear my name?
Are you trying to get her attention?
If you want my attention, you're gonna have to touch me. Didn't I hear a story that they like to touch women?
Yeah. I guess we could go downstairs and get in that cell and see if, since it's the two of us, have Barry stand outside the cell and see if we can't get him to mess with us some down there.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I didn't really feel anything going on under here.
Okay.
There was some writing on the wall in this one, or from like scratches on the wall,
Where?
right behind by Barry.
Right by Barry?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. This looks like it might have been like a count of how long they were here. Interesting. Is there anyone in here with us? Wow, did you get that smell all of a sudden?
Yeah, it stunk.
What is that? Do you smell it?
No.
Come stand right here and see if you can.
Oh my God.
What is that smell?
Old musty smell.
It almost smells like old, like sweat, you know what I mean?
Like old, like
that-
mothballs and
Yeah.
attic kind of nastiness.
And it's only like,
It's only right there in the center because I don't smell it over here.
yeah, I don't smell it over in this area. I wonder what this is. Like, is this anything?
Mm.
Used to be a toilet there. Maybe. I don't know. And now it's not here anymore. That was weird. I've never had a phantom smell like that before.
So is there anybody in here that would like to communicate with us?
Said something outside.
Sound like a knocking. Did you guys hear it too?
Yeah. If that was you, could you do it again for us? Why were you here? That has to be something outside, like.
Watch the picture.
I can't see anything out here. Sounds far, like too far off, though. You know what I mean?
They opened up 3 new jail cells in the 2nd floor that nobody's ever been into before, and we're going to be the first ones to investigate in them. So hopefully we can come away with some kind of evidence to help support the claims. What we're doing is on the 2nd floor here in the jail area, there were 3 cells cleared out for us, and we're sticking John in one. He's got a camera. Barry's going in this middle one, and I'm going to take the 3rd one. I've got some trigger objects here. I've got this handcuffs, shackles, and I also have this key. So hopefully, you know, we're going to set this out here, something will mess with it. But on top of that, Barry's got the PSB-7, so hopefully something will communicate with us via radio. So Barry, if you want to hop on in.
Alrighty, jumping on. That looks like a pantry or something.
Yeah, yours ain't closing all the way. I'm also going to set the, actually I'm just going to set these shackles right over here. Trying to find a hook. These shackles are going to be right there. Alright. If there's anybody here who wants to be a free man or lock us up, I'm going to place this key right here on the middle of the floor. Right there. I'm going to take my cell.
After spending a lengthy amount of time in the death row cells, we didn't hear any voices. Although I had seen a shadow, I felt spider webs, which seemed to be a precursor to what was about to happen.
And apparently she was sensitive and didn't know it. Lots of touching up here. Just the last one we did, there was 2 women that were touched. One was sitting on the stairs, and I was sitting up here behind her, and she kept getting touched. She kept getting K2 hits. And when the session was over, everybody was leaving. She stopped there. Her and her friend stopped to tell me, I'm getting touched. I'm feeling this like spider webs. This is what it feels like.
I'll tell you, in that cell, there's a spot in here that looked like a shadow was like forming and or growing.
That's nuts.
Because like,
Should've give you this.
no doubt, like right through here, you can see like the shadow coming in from outside. But as I was standing right here, you alright?
Webs.
You feeling the webs?
Yeah, I just felt my elbow go right into a big old spider web in the corner or something.
But this shadow seemed to be like morphing almost. But then again, like if you take that down, you can see like this whole outline of the plaster right here. But so I don't know if it was my eyes adjusting and seeing the outline. No spider web?
No spider web.
I felt that earlier up here by the jail door. I didn't figure anything. What the f?
What happened?
The camera just flipped around. Like violently, like it just turned.
Holy Yeah, I noticed, I noticed that now.
The video from John's camera shows the placement of my hands when this occurred, and the force of the movement repositioned one of the IR lights attached to the camera.
Okay, is there someone here that doesn't want us showing things? One thing I haven't done one of these cells, because these are the original cells, right?
Yeah. Turn on your blood.
Yeah, let's see what goes on here.
That was f***ing cool.
Damn, we're gonna have to go back on.
Yeah, let me stop this here. John's got his camera rolling.
With this being the last paranormal experience of the night, we decided to wrap it up.
Really enjoyed the investigation. There was a lot of odd stuff that happened here. I can't really say whether it's paranormal or, ghostly or anything, but I do believe we got some evidence, and once we figure that out, we'll let y'all know.
We were able to capture one other EVP at the end of the night. It seems to be the same voice that called Dawn's name in the
Yeah,
bedroom.
let's go ahead and kill it. Color good.
Yeah, at least get back to the hotel with it.
Kansas City is steeped with history. Many of its locations have amazing stories. We had a lot of personal experiences, and we enjoyed our trip to the Jackson County Jail. We look forward to our return to Kansas City to learn more of its haunting history.